probably just go fuck themselves. All right. May as well get started because I fucked up. I'm waiting for this to come up so I can see what the visual looks like. There we go. Roger that. I am very confused as to where everything is. Okay. All right. Let me just make sure. We're live there. We're live there. We're live there. Almost live there. What's going on? Oh, got it. Start video. What? Is that gonna work? Hey, oh nope, I don't want that one. Let's try. There we go. Okay, now we got it. I apologize to both of you for staring at me while I do this, and I apologize to everybody out there in listener land. What's up, fuckers? I finally got my shit together. Okay, so we'll do a quick recap. Gretchen sitting across, Nikole sitting over there. I'm sitting here, enjoying my bold spot. If you don't like it, suck my ass. So we have some catching up to do, Nikole.
Yeah.
We killed the show back in
March 2020.
No, it was before that. It was like January. The last guest I had was Sheba.
That's right.
And you were too cool to come in then. So it was just me and Sheba.
No, it wasn't. I was on Zoom that day.
I don't think so. I'll pull it up. I'll fucking pull it up. I'm pretty sure you weren't.
We were doing Zoom by then. That's why I decided to quit, because I hate doing things via Zoom.
I know.
I would have never not come into the office for you.
I know. And you're awesome like that. And I appreciate that.
Hmm.
But now you're fired. I got Gretchen.
It's fine. I quit. Can't fire me.
You can't quit. You can't quit.
You're right. You don't pay me enough.
That's right. I didn't pay you at all. I didn't pay me at all. If you knew how much this fucking thing cost me, you'd cry. Or say I'm retarded, which
listen,
accurate.
It's a what is it called? A labor of love.
True.
Yeah.
That is true. So, for those of you who are uneducated and don't know who Nikole is, my collar's rolling. I don't like it. I'm looking at myself. So, for those of you who don't know who Nikole is, aside from being the former co-host of the Fubar Weekly show, she is also a dancer, artist, barista, bartender, comedian. Sorry, if I that was like one of the most important. That's how I know you.
Yeah.
What else?
Artist, costume maker, event manager, entertainer, person,
booty shaker,
box wiggler.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm a woman of many talents.
Nice.
And wear many hats and aprons
and other costuming accoutrement.
Yeah, that I make.
All right, now let me ask you this.
What
is my favorite costume of yours?
Probably Beetlejuice.
Yes.
It was Beetlejuice.
Absolutely. She's got the cutest Beetlejuice costume. It's awesome. So before I met Nikole, I didn't know go-go dancing was still a thing. Like I didn't know. I had no fucking idea. I stopped going to nightclubs. I didn't know it's still a thing apparently.
Yes, very much so.
And I drove past Gaspar's Grotto the other day.
So I just wanted to get a better look at both of you. Yeah. So unfortunately the right to go-go dance is currently being attacked in a lot of states. I saw that. Yeah, along with drag queens and other stuff.
Well, I could tell you this. At the Femme Fatale show, Alistair and I were having a conversation about this. And I decided that if they outlaw it, I'm going to fucking go to jail for it.
For go-go dancing?
Well,
for supporting it?
Yeah, well, for burlesque and all that goes away.
Yeah,
I'll start doing underground burlesque shows. I don't give a fuck. I'll go to jail.
As you should. You should.
Why not?
We're gonna start a burlesque speakeasy.
I fucking love that.
I also love that.
Yeah, we should do that. We should.
I may be able to get somebody to invest in that shit.
Is this incriminating evidence right now?
Maybe. Okay. Hey, Mr. NSA man, ignore what we're doing here and check out my search history of what porn I watched earlier today, and happy spanking.
Yeah, I think we should start underground entertainment things.
I dig that. Even even if it's not to fight the system, just we should do it just because speakeasies are fucking cool.
We need entertainment in life.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. I entertain myself a little too much.
Not to throw myself out there, but I did a comedy show inside a speakeasy not that long ago.
I know you told me about that. Tell us all about that.
Okay, so it was a legit speakeasy experience. It was really cool. So I had heard about that there was this comedy show happening, and I just had the address. And so I showed up because I had actually messaged the host in advance because I wasn't on the show, but I wanted to possibly in the future be on the show, but also just to witness the show for fun. And so when I got there, I asked her, I'm like, hey, like, I know you have a lineup already, but like, if there's any time, like, I'd love to like do some stage time. And she was like, okay, well, maybe after the show, we can open up the floor for open mic. And then like literally like minutes before the show was about to start, she's like, hey, somebody called out. Do you want to do 10 minutes? And I was like, heck yeah, I want to do. But anyway, that was the show part. Now I'm going to be on that show on purpose in a month, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to talk to you about the speakeasy experience. So anyway, so I found the information online and I had messaged her and she was like, yeah, just come to the show anyway. So I go to the address and it's at a strip club. It is a very fancy, big strip club.
I'm in love right away.
Right. And so it's at a strip club. And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm in the right spot. However, if I am, I love doing comedy in strip clubs. So like, yes. Unfortunately, I'm not a stranger to that. But anyway, so I go to the strip club and they're not open yet because they don't open until like 9 at night or something like that. And I knock on the door.
Yeah, what kind of strip club doesn't open up till 9 at night?
Actually, 8. It was 8 o'clock.
I want to go for lunch. The fuck?
Maybe they're like Asian restaurants that close halfway through the day.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right. I mean,
I don't know. But
redefining family meal.
But so I go to the strip club, I knock on door, it's not open yet. And I'm just like, I'm here for the comedy show. And they're like, oh, you have to go over there. And they direct me to this. There's like lights because it's a strip club. There's like lights all over around the edge of the building. And they're like, you have to go to that door over there. And it's like, it literally looks like a service entrance or like an emergency exit. Like it does. There's no marking on the door. There's nothing. The only indicator, there is a single red light bulb above it.
And we know what red lights mean.
Exactly. So I knock on the door and nobody answers. And then I go back to the front and I'm like, are they open yet? And they're like, oh, somebody has to let you in. Sorry. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me that before? But okay. So I go back to the front and I'm like, can you? And they're like, somebody will be there in 2 minutes. Just knock really loud. And I'm like, okay. So I go in, I go again and I knock really loud. And then like 2 minutes later, somebody opens the door and they're like, yes. And I'm like, I'm here for the comedy show. And they're like, come in. And I'm like, okay. And they just close the door behind me. And it was inside the strip club, but like totally separate from the rest of the strip club. The only connection was that you could see like a window into the main part of the strip club, but it was just like a nice little lounge area. It's red light in Palm Beach. It's inside. I feel like I should not say it because it's a speakeasy, but like if I want people to come to the show, then yes.
Yeah, you kind of these days we can speak about the speakeasy. You can speak easy about the speakeasy.
So it is inside Monroe's of Palm Beach, which is a very fancy high-end strip club in West Palm Beach. And the speakeasy is called Red Light Palm Beach for the name, for the red light. Yeah. So
okay.
So I guess if you knew where you were going, you could go there, but like it seemed to me like it was like a very much like actual speakeasy experience.
Now let me ask you this: when you went, you knocked on the door. Were you in any fear that you were going to get kidnapped at this point?
No, because the security guards told me where to go, and I figured if they don't know,
if you can't trust a security guard, who can you trust?
Exactly. Like it has been my experience. Whenever I've worked in strip clubs, I want to make friends with the security guards. Like they are the people who I want on my side when shit goes down.
That is correct.
More than making friends with the manager who wants to pimp me out, more than making friends with the bartender who's going to get me free drinks, more than making friends with the other dancers, make friends with security guards.
That's correct.
So,
would you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Personal experience.
Yes.
You could speak up and talk into the mic, Matt.
So
Yeah.
I do talk a lot. So
Yeah.
just interrupt me at
Yeah.
any point, by the way. Yeah, just interrupt me.
She's learning. She's new to this. We're getting her there.
All right.
We're getting her there. I haven't got her to say really foul language yet, but you know,
Poo poo pee pee.
beep shot. No, we got to look. We have to embrace the 7 dirty words you can't say on television. Otherwise, we're not honoring St. George Carlin.
I forgot.
Fuck shit, this cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
Is motherfucker 1 or 2?
I don't know. Is butt cheeks one word, or should I spread them out? I mean,
There's a space in between.
yeah, it should be. It's the O. That's a 2-show callback. So the speakeasy, I dig that. I dig it.
And it was beautiful too, by the way. Everything was like red velvet and like
I dig that.
it's like old high back chairs that look like kind of like thrones and stuff like that. So
you know what we need to do, all of us. As soon as I say this, Nicole's gonna get excited. Comedy road trip.
hell yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute. we had gone down. What was it? Paul Bond. We did a show down in was it Boynton Beach or
Whatever,
down
Daytona,
there.
some shit like that.
No, it was down south. But we had the best fucking time on the drive there. Picture a minivan full of comedians.
On the way back, when me and Patrick were the only ones awake, that was actually really fun to me because
Patrick's a fucking lunatic.
Patrick is a lunatic, and I didn't even know he was awake until he texted me to put my shoes back on from the back of the van.
By the way, speaking of Patrick Welsh, you can listen to his show on the IRN, just like you're listening to this show. You can listen to his called I'm Not Right Network, and you can listen to the Kevin Holly show, and you can listen to like a whole bunch of other shows that are awesome and have awesome people running them, and I can't remember what the fuck their names are. I have no fucking idea.
I've been very disconnected from the comedy community lately, with the
Yeah, me too.
exception of Tampa News Force.
I barely it'd be barely a connection there.
They're the
That's
only
bad.
people who give me stage time on a regular basis. So, and don't say a bunch of like sexist, racist stuff to me. So
No, they don't. Actually, John made me feel bad last week.
why?
And I do, because we were talking about the Jesus Talk special.
Yeah.
And they said that the only reason why they couldn't get it to a PG-13 rating was because of me.
They could have literally edited that word out or bleeped it or something.
What I think they should have done was I could have recorded me saying Jesus, and instead of everywhere where I said fuck, they could drop me saying Jesus.
That's too much editing.
It'd be fucking hilarious. It'd be worth it. I mean, shit, think about it.
That's
With as much as I curse, it would just be like one.
so
long
if it wasn't
Jesus.
PG-13, it was R.
It would have to be R. I dropped too many F-bombs.
It's not even like actually rated.
No, but they still will take that into consideration when they put it into festivals and stuff. Unless it's like truly an artistic thing where you can.
Are you telling me that that wasn't an artistic piece? That was a
Oh,
very
it's hella artistic.
That
Did you watch it yet?
wait, Jesus Talks or the new one?
The original one,
Okay.
the one you and I were in.
Did you watch the new one?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of those are very much artistic pieces, if not for nothing else, performance art.
Oh, absolutely.
So
And the fact that John's crazy.
I love it. I love it. I love John. I love John Jacobs. Like he has a special place in my heart. So like, and I
He
mean
does.
that in the most platonic, like comedy friendly way.
John's always been kind, always been nice.
For sure. For sure.
Never been a dick. Never acted as a gatekeeper. He always wants people to be involved. So I dig that.
I feel like when you Google it, the things that you're talking about, it's not what comes up.
What?
Oh,
What?
Jesus
It's like,
Talks.
yeah,
Is it like DC Talk?
365 days of
365 days. You could say it. This is an uncensored show. You can say whatever the
365
fuck.
days of guidance and encouragement straight
No.
from the words of Christ.
Oh, praise Cheez-Its.
I'm gonna see.
It's on Kindle too.
Hey, apparently somewhere there's a recording of me doing a Bible verse. Ain't that right, Nikole Raven?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a combination of Bible verse and like personal interpretation. I mean, it was all
Yeah.
extracted from the Bible, but
Yeah.
I just like made it flow better.
That let's move to that. So I know some of you fine folks out there heard me talk about the burlesque show earlier this month, and the fact that Nikole asked me to do a voiceover for her, which, not to blow smoke up my own ass,
But was really good.
I really thought it was good.
It was really good, and I
Like,
got
I impressed
compliments. I got compliments on both of my pieces that day.
Nice.
Like especially from K2, from the producer of that show. She was very impressed with our
K2 Le Meow.
Yes, K2 Lemieux.
No, Le Meow.
Lemieux.
Le Meow.
But yeah, she was also very impressed by our collaboration.
Alistair turned around. I'm like, that was me doing the voiceover for that. He's like, that's the least New York I've ever heard you sound. I'm like, I can turn it off when I have to. Like, to be honest with you, that, 2 minutes of recording took like 15 minutes to do because I had to had
Yeah.
to stop and repronounce and,
I'm really glad you did it, and I'll probably be doing that act again at some point in
Okay.
the future because I don't want to just let that music go to waste.
no, I added it to my Spotify playlist. Like,
Nice.
it came on the other. It's a fucking banger.
Good.
It's a banger.
Good.
I'd play it now, but the YouTube gods will flag me for copyright because they're a bunch of cunts.
Well, not if you play the beginning part. And also, I don't think the YouTube gods would care because that's it's a really old song.
Yes, they do care because they'll flag anything that's copyright. It's an automatic flag.
You should copyright that song, and then
Somebody
give me
else owns it.
no, not our mix. And then you should express, and then you should give me written express. What is it? Written express
License.
consent to use it for
See,
money or something like that.
I would need consent from the original rights holder. You can't just take somebody else's music and re-edit it and claim it as yours.
That's dumb.
They own that's intellectual property. They own it.
Did you know speaking of intellectual property, Mickey Mouse becomes public domain like next year or something like that?
Sort of.
Okay, yeah. You're the Disney man, so tell us
It
about it.
is the first iteration, the 1928 version of Mickey Mouse becomes public domain.
The little like black and white, like old school version.
Correct.
That's so cute though.
But you can't do anything with it
Why?
because music, the likeness, the voice, everything is still copyrighted.
But people do stuff with it all the time. I've definitely seen like techno remixes put over Mickey Steamboat footage or some shit like that.
Oh, that shit you can do, but you can't, realistically, legally, by the book, you can't profit off of it because it's trademarked.
All right.
So the likeness of the original Mickey is still, it becomes public domain, but everything else involved with Mickey Mouse is still protected.
So what does that cover? What can we do with Mickey Mouse's image then?
Not much.
Draw it.
Yeah,
Wow.
draw it.
And I can't use it for money, so I can't even sell the drawing.
You can draw it, you could animate it, but you can't use a Mickey sounding voice. You can't use already recorded and published music affiliated with Mickey.
I just imagine like a Mickey Mouse cartoon, but he talks like this. Hey guys, my name's Mickey. It's like the opposite of what Mickey actually sounds
I
like.
would do the voice, be like, yo, what's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, come on, guys.
He's like, I'm over 100 years old. You think I give a shit anymore?
Now, speaking of copyright, I'm very excited about this. So Winnie the Pooh is public domain. You know that?
I did not.
But it's public domain to the point where you can actually use the likeness and, story and everything. So some fine fucked up individual made a movie called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Hell yeah.
And the premise of the movie is fucking dope. All right, so the whole premise, when Christopher Robin was a kid, he would basically feed, make sure that the Pooh and Piglet and Tigger, that everybody ate and was fed and happy and cared for. Well, Christopher Robin goes off to college, and then the hunger sets in.
Yeah.
So when they start, basically killing people and eating them.
I'm here for it. I want to watch it.
I want to see it.
Is it a cartoon or a live action?
It's actually like a live action
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's fucking creepy.
What is it
Yeah.
called? Blood and Honey?
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Okay.
Oh, bother.
I'm going to watch that. And then I'm going to show it to my nephew.
How old's your nephew?
Well, now it doesn't matter. He's like 18 now.
All right.
I just like saying shit like that.
Well, how are you a big Disney fan?
No.
Okay, good.
Negative.
I kind of sort of am. I used to be. I'm reformed. I got wise. But there was a movie that was filmed in the parks against Disney's knowledge. I think we may have spoken about this on FooBar, but the name of the movie is Escape from Tomorrow, and this group of people shot it on iPhones. They shot it in black and white, so they didn't have to worry about lighting and color texture. And they shot this whole fucking movie in Disney parks. Like the whole thing, hotels, the parks, on rides, like the whole 9 yards. And my wife fucking hates it with a passion. So I watch it every chance I get because I'm a cunt.
Escape from Tomorrowland or Escape
Escape from Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically about this family that's on vacation. The father gets laid off from his job and he goes fucking nuts.
Like a horror movie?
I think they call it a black comedy.
You know what I bought but never
Dark
read?
comedy?
Dark comedy. But then this is a black comedy. That's not being racist, you fucks. It's a black comedy because it's like really dark humor.
What was that person that we had on FooBar that he was like a Disney writer? Not for Disney. He wrote about Disney.
Oh, Leonard Kinsey.
Okay, so I bought his book, Our Kingdom of Dust, and
Okay.
I didn't read it.
Oh, well,
But I
sure.
bought it.
Leonard, you hear that? You at least got your cut off of it.
I gave him like $12 via Amazon or something.
That means he got
Like 16 cents.
no. He probably would have gotten like $2.
Was he self-published or was he selling off Amazon? I don't remember.
Don't remember.
But I
think
feel
he
like-
may have been published because his
okay.
first book was called The Dark Side of Disney, the
Yeah.
Alchemist's Guide to cheating the system, and that one sold well, like very well.
Do you think the people at who work at Disney, like at the Disney parks, there's all these like Disney hacks, like you can ask for free ice cream if you cry at Space Mountain or whatever. Like, I don't know. Do you think that those like I'm sure that there's like Disney hacks. Do you think that those Disney people hate the Disney hacks as much as the Starbucks people hate the off the menu Starbucks
Absolutely.
hacks?
They
100%.
probably do, but the big difference is like if you know one of those quote unquote hacks at a place like Disney, if you try using the hack works, you're happy. Like by fulfilling that person's request, you're making them happy.
Yeah.
Like, and you can see it. It's not like some asshole in Starbucks is like, give me a fucking mocha choke, a dick lick, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
And you have to make it with weird shit, and then they're like, thanks. Like, people actually in Disney will get excited about that shit.
Okay, that's fair.
So to that end, I'd say it's probably better, but there's still probably that whole same resentment of just finally shut the fuck up, people.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're talking about like hundreds of people a day instead of at Starbucks where it's like
100 people a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, but the thing is, they're like, Disney is prepared for that. Like any of that secret stuff,
yeah,
it's not so secret. They're ready for it.
that's fair.
They carry the stickers and all that shit. They have it with them and nearby so they can make someone's day magical. I know quite a few people that work there. It's not
Okay.
it's not like oh, this one came up and said the fucking secret word, so now I gotta go get Donald Duck to come blow him or something. It's not like that.
All right.
It was. I mean, that's kind of... Anyway, sorry.
I want to go into the secret tunnels and stuff in Disney. I know that they're just like places for characters to walk through, but like
No, it's they're more than that, and you're gonna be severely disappointed.
I know it's just probably
looks like a
look
fucking hallway.
Yeah, it looks like a hallway, probably with, like piping on the ceiling and like
100%.
fluorescent lights and shit like that.
100%.
I'm sure, but it's so cool.
You can take a tour. You can pay money and take a tour.
That's dumb. I just want to go there.
Well,
I don't want to pay money. I want to sneak in. Exactly.
Okay, you need to do a little research. It's possible. It has happened. There's a guy, Leonard Kinsey was one.
Okay.
One of the people that snuck in. There's also Adam the Woo.
I love him, and lives here in Florida now.
I know. Well, right now he's in California.
Okay, well, whatever. But
So
yeah.
obviously you don't follow him that close. I mean, shit.
I just follow him on YouTube, but I don't like watch every video if it doesn't seem like it
I
interests
missed
me.
his old intro song.
I don't remember. it.
I think the lyrics were like, Adam the Woo goes on adventures for you. You don't even have to ask your mom. Or something like that. It was
All
funny.
right.
But
I should have told my mom I'm on a podcast tonight.
on my podcast, how's
Yes.
mom doing?
Mom's good.
How's Benny?
Benny's good.
Benny good?
Benny good. Mom and Benny are spending time working in Georgia
Okay.
because my dad's job is up there now. So they're up towards there. They're like,
Okay.
I forgot where exactly, but I know it's like kind of by the panhandle by Georgia. So it's
Okay.
like they travel between Florida pretty often. So they're probably pretty close to the
Yeah.
border.
So your dad had posted a video and I said hi. I don't know.
He sent me a video yesterday of him walking through clay, like orange dirt
Okay.
in Georgia. Because that's not something he sees very often. So, and I'm just like, thank you.
Tell them I said hi.
I will. I should probably text him back because I forgot to actually text him back.
Yeah, seriously.
yesterday.
Text your parents. What the fuck?
Okay.
Oh Lord. So so Leonard Kinsey, he was one of the people. Adam the Woo was one of the people.
Mhm.
There's this dude named Matt Sonswa.
Okay.
Sonswa, Sonswa, I think, that has a lot of videos sneaking in backstage, which some of the shit's really cool.
Oh.
Like really cool shit. That's the one thing I've always loved about Disney is the behind the scenes, like what makes it what it is, the artistry that goes into stuff, the attention to detail, how things work, the history of it. All that magical fairy dust shit, kiss my black ass, but that's the stuff that I really liked. So seeing those behind the scenes things were really cool. Really cool.
How like open are we? Like, do people like know your location on this show? Or
They don't know my exact location. I mean, we're from an undisclosed location somewhere in Tampa, Florida.
Okay. So K2 and I were hanging out at a theme park that shall not be named. And
Is it one of the really local ones?
yes.
Okay.
So we were hanging out at a theme park that is local, and we decided to go be mischievous children because
No, the two of you, I don't believe it.
so we were just like walking around trying to see, like, we weren't like trying to get into trouble, but we were like seeing where we could walk, right? And we weren't like gonna do anything or steal anything or vandalize anything.
You know who would have some inside information on where to go? Nate Blakely.
Why? Okay, but why?
He's there all the time, doing photography, like taking pictures and stuff, like
I'm-
stock pictures type stuff.
Yeah.
So he may know some of the hidden nooks and crannies.
We went behind a wall that I thought, I don't know. I don't know. I thought that I was going to walk into like an employee break area, and I ended up walking into like a storage yard where I found all the Halloween Horror Nights decorations. Oh, I just
Nice.
said it. Sorry. Or it's actually not Halloween Horror Nights. It's the other one. I always get them mixed up.
Don't worry about it. It's good. They're not gonna like come and find you. They're like the fucking I'll say, because I don't give a shit. The Busch Gardens police are not gonna show up and be like, you went into a back area.
Yeah, I just like walked in, and then I found all these like decorations for like Halloween or whatever, the Halloween decorations and all the Christmas decorations. It was like summer. It wasn't like any around that time. And I was just like, oh, this is where they keep all the shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Take a picture.
No, because I was scared that somebody was gonna walk in. Okay. Oh, sorry. Speaking of breaking into places, there is a house for sale near where I live, and I was just like looking around the house because it's a cute looking house. And I went out for a run yesterday, and I was just like, oh, okay. So I like walked around to the back of the house to like look at the yard and whatever. And I took a picture of the little sign that says the realtor name or whatever. And then I just, for shits and giggles, I wanted to see if the front door was open, and it was. And I walked in. And I was just like, I was so scared because I'm like, what if there's like a homeless person squatting in here? I was just like, hello. Nobody was in there, but I got scared and I just like ran out anyway.
it's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits.
Thankfully, that's never happened to me.
Good.
Have you ever shit your pants?
Everyone has shit their pants, right?
Like-
There are two kinds of people in this world: people that shit their pants and people that lie about shitting in their pants.
I only shit my pants one time, and I was younger, and I was sick.
That is actually the only time that I can recall as a grown ass human.
To be fair, I wasn't like, I was younger, but I was like still living at home younger, like under 18, but I wasn't like a baby. I feel like that was like 12. So that's like old enough that I should know better, but like also I was really sick. So
Gretchen, when was the last time you shit your pants?
Like 19 years ago.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah. I mean,
frequent
I would
thing.
say it's probably.
And I was at home when it happened. So thankfully I was able to just
I
do
would
the
say
thing,
I would
so.
say it was probably around 16 years ago.
Okay.
We had a stomach, like the
But
whole
most
fucking family.
recent one.
Yeah. So the whole family got a stomach virus.
Uh-huh.
And if you since you brought this shit up, you can fucking
That's fine.
literally brought the shit up.
That's fine.
If I start throwing up because I'm sick, I will shit myself. Like they are connected. The fucking it is one giant tube and it gets squeezed from the middle.
You know how when you give a blowjob, or sorry, how when you have to like, or sorry, if you're trying to like do anal or like, you need to like fit it in, you like open up your mouth and it like helps it. I'm asking Gretchen because I assume you've never given a blowjob, but I mean, I'm
$20 is $20.
no, I'm like, yeah, you're trying to take anal and then you have to like open your mouth to like loosen it up. It's like the same concept. It's a tube. They're all related.
Mhm.
That is true.
So
When two people kiss, they are one long tube, asshole on one end.
ass
Asshole.
to ass.
No, that's something else. Ass to ass. That's one of the greatest. That's a good movie.
I wanted to watch it the other day, but I didn't want to be depressed.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a fucking that movie isn't down. You know what movie we're talking about?
No.
Oh, you never saw Requiem for a Dream?
No.
Jennifer Connelly.
And what's his name? He went crazy now.
Who the hell was that?
Blonde guy.
No, he was the Joker in the most recent Joker movie, not Joaquin Phoenix, the other one.
Oh, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Jared
Yeah.
Leto's the other one who's in that movie. And I do too, but he's kind of weird now. Like I used to like him and now he's just strange. He, like
People are strange. When you're a stranger, showing your penis scares them away, or whatever Jim Morrison said.
he is in a band. Jared Leto.
I was
30
gonna
Seconds.
say Jim Morrison. Yeah, he's lead singer of the Doors. He's fucking dead now. But no, yeah, it's 30 Seconds to Mars.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know if they changed the name, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
Why do I think it was a
Impressive.
boy band?
No, it was a good band. I like it, except that
Okay.
I think he thinks he's a cult leader now. So
Oh, I mean,
don't-
is it a good fun cult or is it like Scientology?
I
Are
don't.
there good fun cults? I think they all end pretty badly.
Yeah, but I mean,
The argument that people, because I'm like, I was raised in a cult. Like I say it like half jokingly, but like I was raised in the church and like just the regular ass Christian church. And
that's a cult.
It is a cult. And people are like, that's not a cult. And I'm like, what's the difference? What's the difference? And they're like, the difference is you can't leave in a cult. And I'm just like, I got kicked out of my church. So
The difference is the Jesus-y church has tax exemptions and
yeah. And
recognize
cults
legal status and
have to pay taxes.
until they get considered a religion. I mean,
I think you just have to file for it and be like, I'm a religion.
that's
And then you
pretty
get
much
it.
it. I think
Yeah.
you have to have like a certain number of followers because the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster
It's
is
legit.
a legitimate church.
So is being a Jedi.
Really?
Yeah, that's a real religion.
If I was going to subscribe to some sort of an actual organized religion,
Yeah.
it would be dudism.
Yeah.
Just,
See, you
like-
knew exactly where I was going.
What's dudism? Other than
Have you
just
ever
being
seen? Have you ever seen The Big Lebowski?
yeah, a long
The
time.
dude.
Okay, the dude. The
It's
dude.
everybody worships the dude because the dude is the dude.
The dude.
You know, he's.
I
just-
liked that movie. I actually think I was gonna like that movie, and then I watched it and I did.
I like that movie more every time I see it.
I've only seen it like once, so I'll
I've seen
probably
it
have to watch
quite
it
a few
again.
times. I highly recommend.
I didn't watch it for a long time because of this, like, oh, all the guys like it, all the bros like it. Like, I'm like, well, this is a stupid guy movie. And then I watched it and I was just like, oh shit, it's actually a good movie.
I wouldn't say it's truly a guy movie.
Well,
It's-
that's like, like if you walk into Spencer's and all the t-shirts have a picture of the dude on them, and that's the only people you ever see wearing the shirt is like dude bros or like
all right.
sloppy dudes. I don't know, whatever, man.
I gotta check to see if I have a fucking dude shirt. See if I'm a sloppy dude. I am a sloppy dude, but you know,
I knew somebody who dressed up like him for Halloween once, and it wasn't hard.
it's not. Just look like
Yeah.
Great.
It's
just look
easy.
like you're a fucking stoned out homeless guy.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly.
you need.
He had like a robe on and like a
Yeah.
whatever the guy shirt
White
wears.
Russian.
Yeah, that's what it was. He really embodied the role too, because that it was on Halloween and that whole night he was only drinking White Russians.
You have to.
So
Part of the character.
White Russians are delicious.
they're pretty good. They're pretty
Point
good.
your microphone downward a little bit. There we go.
White Russians are pretty good. I wish I could make it with like coconut milk though. I mean, you
I mean,
can.
you can.
You can. I don't know why I haven't. Fuck it. All right.
I mean, if you're gonna start making shit with coconut milk, may as well just go for a fucking pina colada. I mean, come on.
I told you there's actually a pina colada with coffee.
That sounds delicious.
Actually,
Oh.
yeah. Like a
Yeah.
frozen coffee pina colada. Okay.
Like, I mean, toast. You do toasted coconut. Oh.
I told you that I got the whipped cream dispenser and I made coconut whipped
Yes.
cream. So I learned something that I should. So regular whipped cream is made with cream from a cow and it has a high fat content. And so I
Correct.
was trying to use coconut milk because it also has a high fat content. But you know how if you put coconut oil in the fridge or it gets cold, it gets hard.
Uh-huh.
So I made the mistake. So when you make coconut milk
Cream.
cream, whipped cream, you need to leave it out.
Okay.
Because if I put it in the fridge, it became
Coconut butter.
coconut butter. That's exactly what happened. And I couldn't get it out. But I ended up because it was still like foamy, like frothy,
Okay.
but it got hard.
Could you like spread it with a knife like butter?
Yes.
Like legit, I would get some fucking like cocoa bread or something and put that on it.
That probably would be pretty good. But I ended
Hell
up what I ended up doing because I didn't want to waste it is that I ended up like scooping it out of the canister and just putting it in my tea because it's coconut milk.
Yeah.
It's like mostly coconut milk. So I just put it in my tea and just like mixed it in like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I have not made a lot of things with my whipped cream dispenser maker thing, but I really want to make chocolate mousse is one thing that I want to make because that's
I
all
love-
chocolate mousse is chocolate whipped cream basically.
Close.
It's close enough that I can make it from a whipped cream canister.
I love chocolate mousse.
I do too. I don't even like chocolate that much, but I like chocolate mousse because I like the texture a lot.
I would agree.
Yeah, I like
What-
the texture.
what's your favorite dessert?
Cookies, probably.
Cookies.
My like actual favorite is
Yeah.
key lime pie or cheesecake.
And you make a fucking bomb ass key lime pie. Like
The secret is actual key limes.
no shit. So what you're trying to say is if you actually put actual key limes into a key lime pie, it comes out good.
Yeah, as opposed to regular limes or lime juice.
Well,
Even key lime.
then it would just be a fucking lime pie.
Do you actually squeeze them, juice them, or do you buy the
No, the can taste weird. That's
Oh.
why I'm like that's like real key
No,
lime.
she will fucking juice them
Yeah.
little ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, so I only make it when it's in season when I can find those in the stores because I tried it with regular lime, I tried it with bottled lime juice or key lime juice, and it didn't cut it. So I mean, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite though. But I don't know. I'll make you some key lime pie sometime. Yeah. Okay. Whatever
It's
they
not
call
my favorite.
Oh, okay.
I got to make pavlova again.
What was that?
The pavlova.
What was that? I don't
It's
remember.
the meringue cake with whipped cream and then fruit on top.
Oh, okay. I remember you made this like what did you call it? Cornbread pudding.
Oh yeah, the spoon bread.
So good.
Did you make it?
No.
Oh, I brought you some.
Yes, you brought me some, and it was so
Did
good.
I bring you the jalapeno cheddar one or just a regular?
Yes. Yes, because I think you asked me, you were like, do you like cornbread? Do you like bread pudding or something like that? And I was like, yeah, I like both of those things. And then you brought me this thing, and it was just spicy and cheesy and gooey and corny, and I liked it.
It is good.
All right. I'm just talking about
Raj
food
can
all
cook.
day.
Yeah, the pavlova, it's a meringue cake. So when you bake it up, it ends up having like a shell,
Okay.
a meringue shell on the outside, but the inside is like fluffy. It's like almost like marshmallow fluff on the inside.
Love that.
And then you cover the top with whipped cream and fresh fruit.
So like when you cut into it, is it like a little bit of like a crunch sound?
You will get the crunch sound. The
Nice.
meringue bakes up like very light and crispy, like a good
Okay.
meringue cookie should, but it's a fairly thin shell.
How do you feel about macaroons?
I
I-
mean, I'm a fucking fat guy with a sweet tooth. I will shove that shit deep inside me.
They disappoint
Sometimes I can't
me.
even chew it.
They look like they should be fluffy, but they're hard. So they're
But
deceiving.
a good one should be crispy. You're talking about macarons or macaroons because there's two different things.
I don't know the
Alright.
difference.
Okay, so you're talking about the French cookie that's usually brightly colored, looks kind of like a sandwich.
And what's one's that?
That's, I believe, the macaron.
Okay, so I'm thinking of a macaroon then, because that's the one that looks like it's like a little foam dollop, but it's hard.
Well, they wouldn't be hard. I think you're thinking of an actual meringue cookie.
Okay, I don't like that. It looks like it should be soft, but it's hard. I don't like it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, meringue cookies are super crunchy. I think the macaroon or the macaron. The other one is more. It's not so crunchy, but it's got a little density to it.
Coconut and like egg whites.
Yeah,
Okay, I think I like that one, but I don't like the other one. I don't know.
I'll eat it all. I don't give a shit.
I need to just go to a bakery and just give me the lowdown of what other things are.
There you go. It's got to be a good French bakery.
It's been a long time since I've been even inside a bakery. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
last
should
time
go. Bakeries are fucking awesome.
last time I
Near
worked.
Igor,
Yeah.
Saturday market, they have like the macaron, the French one.
Yeah.
They literally have like a little girl that sells them there.
I'll look. I will go.
You
And they're
said
delicious.
Saturday morning. That sounds like
Yeah.
a wake up early and deal with people shit.
Before noon, I think it closes at noon.
I'm usually in Ybor until like 3 a.m. on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Not
So just
open
stick
yet.
around a little bit longer and get yourself some fucking macaroons from the little French girl.
Yo, when I used
And
to
walk
work,
up to her and be, oh.
when I used to go to the gym actively, I hate the gym now, by the way.
I go to the gym actively. I'm going to drive past it.
I would get out of work at like 3 a.m. I would drive there, get there at like 4, and then I would be there until like 5 a.m. and not get home and in bed until like 6 a.m. And then some days I would just say screw it to sleep and then just do whatever I had to do until the next day. And then like, because if I like didn't have to work or whatever at night or something, I don't know, whatever. I'm a night person, so I can just keep going.
I mean,
No, I've, I mean, you know me, I'll either stay up for days on end or I'll fucking sleep for hours.
You're the
Sleep
only
for days.
person who answered my phone call and I showed you my drunken macaroni and cheese burrito or whatever the fuck.
That was like 2:00 in the morning too. It was like 2:30 in the morning. And she's all excited. She's like, you got to see what I made.
I drunkenly fucking
Okay.
FaceTimed him. Why did I FaceTime at 3 o'clock in the morning? I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I did. And he was awake doing taxes. So
Because they got to get done.
I know.
Taxes ain't going to do themselves. You got to fucking, you got to spend some effort to fuck the government.
One of the times that I was doing one of your jobs for you, I don't know, am I allowed to say what your day job is now?
Well, you could say what that day job is because I don't do that anymore.
Okay, when I was doing Firewatch for you one day, I did my taxes while I was sitting there doing Firewatch.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there you go. That's all.
You got paid pretty good to sit there and do your taxes.
Yeah, and then I felt accomplished at the end of the day.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have just left and gone home feeling hollow. And
Then the
Not
next day I didn't have anything else to do though.
that's true.
And then some guy came and harassed me and bought me a beer. Sorry. I drank a beer while I was supposed to be watching
You drank
fire.
a beer while you were watching a non-combustible building to make sure it doesn't combust.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I don't do that shit no more.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So what else? We have more to catch up on. What have you been doing?
Performing a lot lately, actually.
I know. I love
and
that.
I am very happy about that. So one of my New Year's resolutions this year was a very small one, but it has yielded good results. And every day, my New Year's resolution was every single day of the year this year. And so far I've been pretty good with the exception of like a random couple of days, but it's kind of a habit now. my New Year's resolution was to every day reach out to a potential client. That could be messaging them on Instagram. That could be catching up with a previous client. That could be
A client for which
to hire me.
okay.
Anybody who wants to hire me. So reaching out to former employers, reaching out to former people who booked me as a performer, reaching out, promoting myself on the internet, which doesn't count as reaching out to somebody unless I send somebody something directly, basically like making a direct contact with a potential client. And so far it has been good to me because especially like this really shitty boss a long time ago. Her name was Dina. Fuck her. And
Dina.
Fuck Dina Van Winkle. Oh, sorry. I said her full last name.
Wait. Is she related to Rob Van Winkle?
No, but she did cheat on her husband with Tom Brady.
Okay. Do you know who Rob Van Winkle is?
No. Wait, that sounds familiar.
Do you?
It's like he sleeps under the tree.
No, that's Rip.
No,
Close.
who's
No.
Rob Van Winkle? I don't know who that is.
You'll know him if I sang his song entitled Ice Ice Baby.
Oh, it's Vanilla Ice normal?
Vanilla Ice's real name
Van
is
Winkle?
Rob Van Winkle.
No, I did not know
Robert
that.
Van Winkle. You
That's
know what he
like-
does now?
He
Besides
he
still
makes
perform?
houses or something.
He renovates houses.
Yeah, that's
he
what it
actually
was.
does really good work.
I know he had a show for a while.
Yeah.
It was, I don't remember what it was called.
Ice.
Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
feel
stop,
like
collaborate and listen.
I was
It's
about,
nothing to do with his name.
I know. It should, I don't know. I was going to say like maybe you should unvanilla your house. I don't know, whatever. What if Exhibit and Vanilla Ice had a TV show together where they just modified people's shit? Because Exhibit was the one who's
Yeah,
pimp my ride.
Hit my ride. Now, what's funny is he knew nothing. He was not a car guy at all. Like he knew nothing about what was going on.
Yeah, I bet.
And every fucking thing about that show was staged. None of it was real.
That's probably where that joke comes from. We heard you like popcorn, so I put some popcorn in your popcorn.
That's what it is. It's like you're like, oh, we heard you like video games, so we put this fucking like 65-inch TV in your fucking $500 Hyundai. But on that show, a lot of the cars that they revealed at the end were not the same car that they started with.
What?
Yeah, the whole thing was completely fucking fake. If you
That's a
watch,
real rug pull.
what's that?
That's a real rug pull.
It is
Why would they even do that though?
because people watch the shit.
But they have to now acquire a new car instead of renovating the one they have.
Okay,
Well, I
except
guess
a lot of times the one they started with wasn't safe enough to put back on the road.
So what? They just got like the same version.
They would get
car?
the same. They would get the same. Another version of the same fucking car, color, and everything, and do whatever.
That's so.
There's
stupid.
a car YouTuber named Tavarish has one of the cars from the show. It's a Dodge Caravan, and it's not. And he knows the car they started with is not the car he has.
That would be
He
kind
has
of.
the car they ended with.
That's kind of weird and kind of shitty in a way because what if like, okay, so I know my VIN number is for my car. And then what if like I don't know that they gave me a brand new car and I thought it was just my same car cleaned
Oh
up,
no! Everybody knew it was fake.
including the clients?
Oh yeah.
Or the guest or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like the whole surprise shot. What they would do is they would those houses that they went to weren't actually their homes. They were usually Airbnbs. They would rent a house, or if they knew a house was on the market, they would pay to use it. So they would get like 3 people that were selected. And they would tell them to go, they would give them the address where to go and do the setup. Okay, they can, Exhibit's going to show up. And so their excitement of being selected was real.
Yeah.
But everything else about the show is fake. After that initial thing, like they, some projects took fucking forever to get done. And it was just read up on it. It was the whole thing was a sham and a clusterfuck.
That sounds terrible. I don't like that at all.
Oh,
It's
and
really sad.
Yeah.
oh, you want to hear the worst part?
No.
Any of the improvements made to the cars were taxed as income.
That made me mad because I just remembered one episode where this lady was literally this made me mad for multiple reasons. But this one episode, this lady was like, oh, I got like 2 kids and I just lost my house and we've been living out of our car and this and that. And they're like, well, we're going to make your car nice. And I'm like, you could have literally taken that money and just bought her a fucking apartment.
Yep. Except the amount of money that the amount of money that actually got put into those cars, they didn't fix the cars up to make them more reliable. They didn't make them performance. All they did
No, it's all aesthetic.
was throw a stupid fucking candy paint job on it, some fucking plush carpeting, and some fucking TVs and speakers. And
Yeah.
not only that, but half the shit didn't work. Like the whole thing was fake.
There was this one, I just remembered another episode where she was really into coffee. I don't know why. That was
And they
like
put a fucking
They put a
coffee
coffee-
dog.
They had the coffee maker, and then I was thinking they had like a water reserve, and I'm like, you have a whole now 5-gallon tank of water just attached to your car. That's gonna kill your gas mileage to just like have it be super extra heavy.
You know how much a gallon of water weighs?
I don't know.
7 pounds.
8.46 pounds.
That's about as much as a human head.
So now 5 gallons, you're talking about an additional, 45, almost 45 pounds that you're hauling around for nothing. Not only that, but water, if you don't treat it,
It gets nasty.
you'll start having some microbial growth and mold spores and funguses as Egon collects. That's some shit they had to deal with. Like, think about that. 5 gallons. That's a lot of coffee. A lot of
It's
coffee.
like a week's worth.
Yeah.
I think it's
It's got to
more
be more
than
than
that.
that.
Yeah.
Well, you figure five. Well,
I'm like,
not everybody chugs coffee like you
Okay.
do, dear.
So like my coffee maker, I think the minimum amount that I can make is 2 cups, which is 2 cups of water, like a 2 cups worth of drink, whatever.
You got one of them fancy coffee machines.
No, I don't. I have just like a Mr. Coffee.
I got a $20 Mr. Coffee I bought at Publix.
Yeah, same.
12
Like,
cups.
but well, that's the maximum. But the minimum I can
Alright.
make is like
Okay.
what
Yeah, it's
before
like
because
2
it
or
doesn't
4,
like
yeah.
so it doesn't burn out. And I'm like, so 4 cups of water, that's 2 pints.
That was good, by the way.
So that's a quarter of a gallon. So 4 days worth of coffee is 1 gallon of water. So 5
Okay.
gallons is way longer than a week.
She
like-
does drink a lot of coffee, though.
Okay. For somebody, okay, let's assume you only drink 2 cups of coffee a day. So either way, it's still a lot of water to be sitting there for a while.
And then, again, microbial growth. That stuff's going to give you diarrhea. Montezuma's revenge. and shit. Yeah.
probably
Well, hot, cold, hot, cold.
and living outside, it probably gets a little bit of like dust or something in it.
Point your microphone down a little bit
Right.
because when you lean back, it's pointed at your forehead.
Hey,
Or in my case, 5 head.
better. Okay. That's all. I got a Florida man story for you on it.
Yeah, give it to me.
I'm gonna read it for you.
Nikole would come in like with notes and shit, and I'd come in half-assed. I mean, you see the way I come in. Like, she's yeah.
Florida man named Psych bit victim in the face during machete attacks, cops say.
Give me a minute. Let me take my pants off. Continue.
So it's funny to me that the Florida man, that whenever you hear of somebody like biting somebody, it's from Florida.
Yeah.
I feel like the Florida zombie, like it really like cemented our place.
That Florida zombie was like, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but I'm high on meth, and your face looks tasty."
He wasn't doing meth. They didn't find any drugs in his system with the exception of
The one in Miami that ate the guy's face. Really?
yeah, they said, some THC. Now they think he had a psychotic. There's actually a lot of history. You don't remember when I did like the 10-year anniversary?
I think so.
Yeah, so there's a lot of weird stuff that happened around that didn't make it to the news and then later came out because of autopsies and stuff. But the victim is still alive. So the guy who's got his face bit off, he's still alive. He's severely disfigured, but he like has like a foundation and stuff that people like donate money to so he can keep living.
I wonder if his nose tasted like boogers.
Apparently they got into a fight over a Bible.
See, the Bible, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. The Bible has killed more people than anything else. If you really think about it.
Well, anyway, Demetrix Psych Sanders asked a man for money and proceeded to attack him when the victim refused to hand over cash, police said. A Florida man who goes by the nickname Psych was arrested for attempted murder after he attacked a man with a machete before biting him in the face. Doesn't stop there, though. Psych, 45, approached a man who was waiting for a ride to work and asked him for money outside of the Northside supermarket in West Little River neighborhood of Miami-Dade County.
Fucking Miami-Dade.
Of course
Enough
it is.
said.
When the man refused to hand over cash, Sanders started to hit him with a broomstick, according to the police documents obtained by Local 10 News. When he began to defend himself, Sanders pulled a machete from his waistband and continued to attack. To the victim, who identified himself as Donald, to the outlet, received a large laceration on the top of his head and rib cage areas, as well as several other abrasions across his body. It goes on. And he worked at a nearby gas station, the victim, Gladeview Market, Jackson Memorial Hospital. He's fine, stable condition, this and that. However, the guy, he ran away, but then he went to the next day to the same spot to ask more people for money. And they were like, that's the guy. And he got
Damn.
arrested. So,
And he has machete in his waistband.
and he has a machete in his waistband. He
Jesus.
also took Sanders Sanders took his $350 phone. I don't know
Oh.
why that was needed to include in this very official report.
I hope he called his mom.
Sanders was arrested on Saturday after the victim reported seeing him outside the same supermarket again. And he is currently when this was written, he was being held at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center on Monday. This was exactly a year ago today.
Nice.
So,
speaking of people that whack people upside the head with sharp, edgy instruments.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the story about Kai the hitchhiker?
no.
Yes.
What? Tell me.
Did you watch the
No,
special?
So I just heard about it, but I don't know anything.
Tell me.
So I don't know anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, I got you. So there was this dude, I'm pretty sure it happened in California. Guy that went fucking crazy and I think rammed some woman with a van. And this fucking hitchhiker named Kai fucking pulls out a fucking hatchet and killed the guy that was trying to kill someone else. So did the heroic thing and protected people. But then this dude's life fucking unraveled. He got into a fight with somebody else and killed that guy. Going from fucking hero to zero in record time. He ended up going to jail, and there's now a special on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet, but his interview, went right after he killed the guy with the hatchet. His interview was fucking epic. He's like, yo, I saw, he hit him and they tried to move the van. That's the first thing you know if you get hit by a train is you don't move the train because you just fucking die instantly. So I just got my hatchet and went smash, smash, smash. And fucking, this is right after he fucking did it. Yeah.
So I saw the interview. That's about all I saw.
Okay.
And there's apparently a Netflix true crime type special, which is, I guess, all the rage now on the Netflix. That, yeah.
There was my cousin was watching something on the true crime thing on Netflix, and they started talking about a guy in Sarasota. And the only reason I noticed it was because they were just in the Tampa Bay, and I was like, what? My ears perked up, and I realized that I quote unquote solved the mystery before anybody else in the show. And they were like, his boat was found without any signs of struggle, and his phone was still inside, and this and this and that. And I'm just like, and they're like, everything sounds normal. And I'm just like, okay. And literally I was just like, he probably went fishing, he fell off the side of the boat, maybe he hit his head, and then he died. And then I found out that he went out on his boat, he shot himself in the head, fell off the side of the boat, and died. And I'm like,
you're close.
Exactly.
You're
I'm
close.
why didn't they just look down? Sorry.
Seriously. Well, I mean,
there's nothing left on the boat.
No, they said that he left his phone and keys and
physically.
So the way he did it was he had tied an anchor to his ankle and sat at the edge of the boat, and so then shot himself in the head so he would fall over. So
I kind of got to give that guy a little credit though. Because it sounds like he did it right, where he didn't leave much of a mess for people to clean up.
Exactly.
And that's some consideration right there.
That is a lot of consideration.
Have some consideration for the crew.
We know about the Spalding decon people.
That's it. We do.
So.
I keep running into them in fucking Publix. They're not working for Spalding anymore.
Oh, I pass by their building every time I'm in Ybor.
Okay. You ever see the YouTube show Crime Scene Cleaners? It was actually pretty captivating. Seriously, once Kyle left, it sucked. It just wasn't entertaining. So there was a show on, it still is, a channel on YouTube called Crime Scene Cleaners. And there was this one guy who worked for this company, Spalding Decon, named Kyle, who was a character, the dude was funny, very compassionate. And I ran into him at Publix by where I live once. So I said, hey, I have this radio show. Would you like to come on as a guest? Oh yeah, absolutely. We were doing Zoom. So you zoomed in. But I keep running into him and his fucking husband at Publix. That's the only place I fucking see these guys.
Still recently?
Yeah.
Tell him I said hi next time. He probably won't remember me, but
probably not. But I'll fucking.
Okay. I remember him.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a running fucking joke now. I will run into them in Publix probably once a month, and not at the same time, same day. It could be late at night. I'll run into them.
Mm-hmm.
Could be middle of the fucking day during the week. I'll fucking run into them. It's weird.
I used to live in the same city as somebody that I didn't like from school. And I would
me too.
always
It was everybody I went to school with.
There was one person very specifically who I had beef with. And I would always run into her at Publix or out in public. And it was very frustrating. I'm like, why can't I run into somebody I like out here?
There you go. That's it. But I want to have them back on. They're now working for another company. I want to plug the new company. Hang on. Hey, with their
I was like, I do similar lines of work, slightly different situations though.
yeah, they're doing. I mean, they're nope. There we go. They're working for a company called American Family BioClean.
That's a much nicer
So-
name.
Yeah. So there you go. So
American Family BioClean.
So if you have a dead body, call them. They know how to clean it. But what's crazy? Actually, what's really crazy about that is one of the last episodes he was on the show was a dude who jumped in front of a tractor trailer on 75 in Sarasota. The guy was like he was being charged with being a child molester, and he decided to off himself by jumping in front of the truck. Do you remember us coming back from the show down in Hollywood? There was a bad accident on the other side of the road.
Oh yeah.
That was that was what happened. That was
late
the
at night.
accident. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was late at night in February. Dude just stepped in front of a tractor trailer.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Was that was
What the guy jumping in front of the truck was so much fun. I mean, good riddance to bad rubbish, but fuck.
No, the show in Hollywood was fun.
That was a good time. We should do that again.
We should do that again
A little too late to plan that out.
for February. No, we can do it whenever.
But you still talk to that guy?
No, but I mean not as much, but I don't have a problem just like messaging him.
Yeah.
Like we're still on good terms. I just haven't talked to him in a while. I messaged him, I talked to him a couple months ago because I wanted to see if he wanted to invest in a business that I had an idea of. And he told me that my idea was rubbish. And I still think that that's stupid because I think I had a good idea.
Okay, now I got to know. What's the idea? Do you not want to say because somebody will steal it?
I will tell you later because, well, fuck it. Nobody who I work with is working here. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to steal the business from where I currently work because my idea is different. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details about it because I know I know that my idea is not a solely original idea, but the way that I want to do it is different. I want to start a bikini barista business. And I know that you fully support me. So
How the fuck could I not?
exactly. However, I want to have a little bit of a twist on it, but I still want to do a bikini barista business.
Okay.
So that's all.
How does anybody think that's a terrible idea?
Did he use the word rubbish though?
No, I said rubbish.
Okay. I was gonna say that's like unique choice of wording.
It kind of went like this. He has two businesses. Remember how we were supposed to do the show in one and then we ended up doing the show in the bigger venue because we had too many people? It's because, first of all, it's because he did not trust that we could bring in that many people. But anyway, we showed him.
A, maybe he should have. And B, we got fucking lucky for that fucking event being there.
Yes. However, we still could have packed that small venue.
The small one, yeah.
But anyway, so that small venue, I guess, like, I don't remember exactly like what the business details of it are, but he was trying to like sell it or find a business partner for that business separate from the main business. And he had asked me because a long time ago, I was like joking, half joking, but not really joking, being like, you should hire me as like as at least your GM, but mostly as like a business partner. And so then at the time he was like, no. And then like years later, he's like, you still want to be a business partner? And I'm like, I had like $10,000 back then, but now I don't. So no.
Yeah.
I'm like, however, I have this idea for you. And I asked him about it and I talked to him about it. And he basically said that he didn't want to put it in that venue because it would let the liquor license go to waste, is the short version of what that was.
I guess.
I was like, you still serve beer and wine in a coffee house. There's lots of places that do it.
Yeah.
Like Cafe Hay is a perfect example of a coffee house that also sells beer and wine.
Yeah.
So,
but then again, the markup on beer and wine is a hell of a lot higher than, the profit margin on beer and wine is a hell of a lot higher than coffee.
Which is why I don't think it would have been a very bad idea because it would have been a high profit margin.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then he was asking, he's like, oh, were you going to have those people that sit there all day just drinking coffee to look at girls in bikinis? And I'm like, and that's a problem. Why? As long as they're spending money, like people go to a cafe and buy one cup of coffee and sit there and use their Wi-Fi the whole time. Why is this any different?
Yeah.
So whatever. Anyway, he didn't like the idea. I have a slightly different idea. I do not want it to be a brick and mortar store. I will have a different.
What, like a food truck?
Yes and no, but
Okay.
yes,
We'll
similar.
talk about it.
Yeah,
We'll talk
similar idea. Similar idea. But as long as I'm here, I don't know who's listening, how many listeners you have right now, but there's no bikini barista businesses in Florida. There's only in like Texas and Seattle. And I'm
in
like,
California.
in California. And I'm like, why the fuck don't you have a bikini barista business in Florida where the bikinis live? So
Probably because it's probably because of the same assholes that want to shut down, burlesque and go and all that shit. A bunch of cunts.
So there was something very similar off of Gandhi. I called it Naked Coffee. I don't know what the name is actually, but they were like in lingerie and you would drive through. So you didn't actually walk in.
I would like that. I am all for supporting sexy people in bikinis and stuff.
It's a poke bowl thing now.
So. Oh, well, yeah, I had heard that there used to be one, and there also used to be one in Zephyr Hills or Dade City. I forgot which one.
You open it up, I'll put a fucking bikini on.
Hell yeah.
No, we want people to come, and it's not gonna happen.
But that would be a great grand opening thing, though.
All right, maybe not a bikini. Maybe the Borat slingshot.
Okay, I was thinking just a Speedo. Honestly, I'll settle for a Speedo. But the Borat slingshot is cute too, as long as you wear it with combat boots.
How high are the combat boots you want?
Whatever you already own is fine.
Okay, I could do that.
Yo, I worked with a gay go-go dancer, a male go-go dancer, not that long ago for an event. Now, personally, I know that they exist, but I had never worked with one. Actually, that's a lie. I did work with one. And I just find it funny how girl go-go dancers are usually wearing like boots and fishnets and booty shorts and a bra and like this, and they have their hair and the makeup done. And guy go-go dancers are basically wearing a thong.
Yeah,
and
or jock strap.
Or whatever. And usually boots, which I found kind of cute and funny. And I'm just like, thong and a boots.
Think about this, though. If you're naked, you feel naked. But if you're naked with shoes on, you feel even more naked.
Yeah.
It's weird. I tried it out. It's true.
I went to the doctor's today, and that's the first thing I did is I took off my shoes.
Really?
Because I didn't want to feel.
Yeah, you go barefoot everywhere. You got to pay extra for that, people.
Subscribe to my dead OnlyFans.
There you go.
I hit my glasses. Oh, you know what? One of the gay go-go dancer boys told me that they make their package look bigger. They wrap their dick in medical tape, like flesh-colored medical tape, to make it look like thicker and to also hold it like long. Because like flaccid penises are kind of floppy, so they wrap it in medical tape to like make it.
Hang on, that was kind of like flaccid and floppy mean the same fucking thing.
Well, no, they wrap it in flesh-colored medical tape to make it look thicker, but then also to kind of like hold it stretched, like if that makes sense. Like if you take a piece of tape, like electrical tape or something around your finger, and you like tight, right, it's gonna like pull it a little bit. So they wrap tape around their dick to make it look thicker and bigger.
Whatever works for them.
I know.
I mean, shit.
It's kind of weird. I don't like looking at dicks too much. And I was working with this male go-go dancer, and he was endowed, and I'm like, a little scary, but okay, whatever. And it was just like flopping the whole night. Like
I think he was its own social security number.
And it was, I mean, I wish I could even, it was literally just like blah, 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 blah.
So I read this thing, and I have no problem with joking around and saying that I have a little dick, but I found this out. So I got to remember the fucking math. So proportionally, inch per pound, humans are more hung than horses. Because like the average horse's dick is like 18 inches long, and the horse weighs like 1,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But like a 300-pound man with a fucking 5-inch dick has more inches per pound than a horse.
Did you know?
I just need something to make me feel better. Okay.
Yes, you have a high penis to body ratio.
I actually don't. I'm Irish. Come on, we know this.
The biggest dick in the world is a whale penis. At 6 feet long.
That's as tall as I am.
You're 6 feet?
Mm-hmm. 6'1".
Tall broad. So that's fine.
Short broad. Short broad.
Your dick size.
Well, what's your dick size?
Start referring to people who are 6 feet as whale dick size.
Whale dick size. I am whale dick size. But now, don't whales have a bone?
They do. They have an actual bone inside their pee.
It's an oocyc. I'm gonna buy one of these days.
Why do some animals have a bone, like a freaking baculum?
Because they do. I don't know.
Because it's 6 feet.
Yeah, if it's 6 feet long, you need a little bit of support.
But a raccoon and baculum is only like this big.
I know. They use them for making moonshine.
Why?
Tradition.
Gross.
Tradition. They don't like cut a raccoon's dick off and hang, but they use the fucking bone.
Do you
They
know
call it
who
the pecker.
Voltaire is, the singer?
No.
He sings like, what do you call it? Like ironic music, like silly music.
Parodies?
Yeah, not parodies, but yeah, like you know how like
satirical songs?
Satirical songs, like
Okay.
like funny, like joke comedy songs, like stuff like that. But he's spooky. His whole thing is that like he likes doing like funny goth songs.
Okay. I could dig it.
And he also strangely has a home remodeling show, not unlike Mr. Vanilla Ice. But he does it gothic. And they were shopping for accessories for their home at some point, and he found some raccoon baculum, which for anybody listening is a raccoon penis bone.
I like how you got up right to the microphone and you're like, it's a raccoon penis bone.
I was trying to enunciate
Penis
properly.
bone in aisle 3. Penis bone.
But he said he was going to use it as a coffee stirrer.
Whatever.
That's all.
Whatever. They actually use the raccoon pecker on a moonshine still. They put it on the end of the spout so it doesn't like shoot out. So it kind of like hits the bone and drips into the jug.
Leela Bell gave me some earrings made of baculum.
Nice.
Yeah.
She's so classy. I love her.
Yeah. She also gave me a necklace with teeth on it. She knows my style.
Hell yeah. She's our bone collector.
I do. I legitimately like enjoy like osteology, and I looked at bones, and I have like actual skulls and shit in my house.
Okay.
Some of them she knows who they are. Some of them you don't want to know. It doesn't matter who they
To
are.
be fair, they're all animals. They're none are human.
Okay.
I do have human teeth though. They're not mine. I have wisdom teeth made of ears. I mean, I have ears.
Strike that, reverse it.
I have earrings made of wisdom teeth.
But do you know whose teeth they are?
No, I don't.
That makes it even more exciting.
I have an ex-boyfriend who I don't talk to them anymore, but I have an ex-boyfriend, and one of our first like dates, if you want to call it that, they have this like book of like, you know, their high school graduation and like this award they won when they were little, and like, you know, like their little like accomplishment book. And they were just like showing it to me
Your
because
first skeleton.
no,
First articulated skeleton.
he had his wisdom teeth in there, and he was like, that's kind of gross, but my mom saved it. And I was just like, actually, can I see them?
Can I have them?
I didn't ask to have them, but I did ask to like hold them. He took them out of the bag and like a little thing. Wisdom teeth are surprisingly heavier than I thought they were going to be. It's very strange. So
And probably a little exciting for you.
yeah. So I wanted to get LASIK. I'm just gonna go on a rant about medical stuff.
You know
So
how we do the show. Just go. Just go.
I went to go get a consultation for LASIK because I'm tired of being blind. And I was just asking them all these freaking questions about like eyes and this and that. And I always make it very clear to whoever the providers are that I'm like around or whatever, that I'm just like, I'm not a weirdo interested in medical stuff and biology. And when I say that, they usually are like excited to talk about whatever, and then they'll start like volunteering all this information and telling me about these things. Like one of the things that I learned randomly one time when I was getting my glasses done is that so there's a disorder that your eyes can deteriorate only with your center vision, and you can only see the peripherals. And the nerve that is affected when that disorder happens is the same nerve that's connected to your brain that helps you remember people's faces. So
Okay.
how do I say this? So like when that part of your eyesight goes out, it's also affecting your brain, that you start not being able to remember people's faces. And so it makes sense why it's like the thing in the middle of your eye. So it's just cool. I just think that there's like very specific nerves that are connected to very specific parts of your brain that are like for individual purposes.
Here's something interesting for you.
What's up?
When you see what you're seeing, the way it registers to your body, you're actually seeing it upside down, and you're the correct way.
I have always thought about that. So when I was a kid, and they teach you that like little
With the camera and
that like diagram of like how your eyes work and stuff like that. I'm like, what if we're all just upside down?
we are. The image hits your retina upside down because of the way it goes through the lens. It hits your retina upside down. Your brain flips it back over.
So what if we're all just like walking around on the ceiling right now?
We could be. Now we'd be singing, "Oh, what a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling." You're too young for that shit.
I've actually thought about that a lot since I've been a kid, because of seeing that image, like that like upside down flipped image or whatever. And then I'm like, no, because the chances of that, like somebody would have been born with some sort of disorder. If we were all just like defying gravity, walking around on the ceiling, somebody would have been born with a disorder.
Well, I mean,
that they would have been able to process upside down. Actually, why people see things upside down now? Because I'm sure that there's some sort of like sickness or disorder that would cause that.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure it's not that common, but
I wonder if there's people who are like
exists.
going around and everything just like looks upside down to them.
The one thing I've always wondered, usually when I'm stoned out of my fucking mind, is the colors I see, are they the same or different than the colors you see?
The answer is no. And they've done studies on this about colorblind people who then are able to see color.
Okay.
So like men in general have a wider range of hearing than women.
What?
And women in general have a wider range of colors that they can see than men.
Okay.
So you've probably seen now that they have these special glasses that colorblind people can put on, and it like makes them see certain colors. So when you're colorblind, you either don't, there's like two different types. I think it's like red, yellow, and blue, green colorblind. And it's not that you, from what's it's been explained to me from people who are colorblind, they don't know otherwise. The only reason I found out one of my friends was colorblind is because she asked me her outfit matched, and I was like, it's navy blue and brown, so not really. But like she was like, oh, but I thought they were the same, and I'm like, no. And so anyway, so no, because some people have a shorter range of colors that they can see. So like I might look at this and be like, this is lime green, and then you might look at it and be like, no, it's just regular green. So maybe like this green,
so shades would be different.
But like, because if you saw a color that looked like a dark gray and somebody told you that was blue your whole life, that's just how you would see it. And that's just how you would like process it. So people who are colorblind, they more have a problem differentiating between shades of colors than actual colors. So
gotcha.
like, but some colors just like look all the same. So for example, my friend who was red, yellow colorblind, she can't tell the difference between somebody who has ginger red hair or has blonde hair.
Okay. I get it.
Like stuff like that. So because we can tell the difference because we have color and we can see like the tones of orange or red or etc. But she wouldn't be able to see that. So to her, they all look the same.
Now, what is interesting, primarily was back in Vietnam, but they would actually get colorblind men as door gunners on helicopters, which sounds weird. But a guy that worked for me a while back was colorblind, and he was a door gunner because they're colorblind, their eyes don't get fooled by camouflage.
Okay, yeah.
So they were able to actually see, not necessarily through camouflage, but they were able to differentiate the camouflage versus natural environment so they could fucking shoot.
You just reminded me. So I work with a photographer sometimes, and we do a lot of nighttime or like club events. And he was like flipping through his pictures, like showing me one day, and they were all in black and white. And I asked him why, and he's like, well, they'll come out in color, but in black and white in a dark setting, it's easier to be able to adjust the light levels.
Okay.
So that kind of in a weird way makes sense.
Now here's something weird. I spent a very, very long time staring at surveillance cameras. And I was able to almost see colors. Like I could identify almost what color people were wearing based off of the shades on the black and white.
That's cool. So you might be good at being colorblind.
Well, no, I can see color. It was just weird. Like I was able to see, okay, this guy's wearing green, this guy's wearing red. I was able to actually tell.
Now, did you know beforehand? Like, did you like see them wearing a red shirt and then like look at them on the camera and say, okay, that's the color red?
No, I started to, it's something I found I was able to start, I started being able to do. It wasn't something I like, I would look, okay, that's what that's going to look like. It was just, and it wasn't always perfect, but I think you sent it, the picture of the Munsters set.
Yeah.
The Addams Family.
The Addams Family, yes.
That was fucking, have you seen this? Holy shit.
It's, yeah, there's sorry. So when they were filming in black and white, they needed to consider how different colors looked on camera. So something that might appear white in black and white might actually be like pink in person. And so the Addams Family set, instead of, even though we like all see it as being like black and white and gothic and whatever, in actuality, it was like pink and light blues and pastels to all like indicate different colors of, or different shades of different things. I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but
so I just got sidetracked with some work shit.
Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can find a picture real quick too, because I probably have it
was
saved in my
Addison.
gallery still.
I was going to pull it up on the internet.
Oh, that works. Yeah, it's on my Nikole Raven's weird page. On my meme page.
Yeah. So this is what the set, you remember what the set looked like in black and white? That's what the set looked like in real life in color. No.
That's crazy.
I think that's so pretty.
And when you read into why, it's because of the way the shades showed
Right.
up on the black and white. But it served another purpose to brighten the setup. So it wasn't actually so gloomy feeling.
Yeah.
It served, you know, it ended up, that was the inadvertent purpose, the purpose of having these pink, you know, these pinks and these lighter colors is so they would show up looking sharp on black and white.
It's kind of
crazy.
funny that in a weird way, that's kind of how my house looks, is that it's got like all this like bones and weird and spooky shit, but it's also got like pastel and yellow stuff.
Sorry, I'm answering. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I got to answer some
You
work
just have
shit.
things that you
So
like
tell
in
me
your
about yourself, Gretchen. So-
I think that you should decorate your house with things that you love.
I
It
do,
doesn't
I agree.
matter If it's like
yeah, I
what it
agree.
should be.
I agree.
If you love rainbow
Mm.
and bones, do it. I love that.
My house is very eclectic. A lot of people have walked in and I think they have like sensory overload, because I've had a couple of people walk into my house and they're just like, you have a very
A lovely
ec-
home.
eclectic space. And I'm just like,
I
I-
wish someone would say it.
I got to drop a correction. Peter Gomez is not Rudy's father. He's his adopted father or adoptive father.
King is Peter Gomez.
What's that?
What? What'd you say?
No, Peter is one of our viewers, not Peter, not Wolfinger, but
Oh,
different
okay.
Peter. Said Gomez is Rudy's father. John Aston is not Sean Aston's biological father. John Aston actually adopted Sean Aston.
Who is that?
Sean Aston,
Rudy.
Rudy,
Who's Rudy?
Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings,
Rings.
Goonies, Range 15. He's an actor.
Okay, I'll take that.
If you've
you
never seen the
seen Rudy?
Goonies,
It's been a long time since I've been Goonies. And what did you say? And Rudy?
Rudy?
No, I don't know what that is.
it was a football movie. Rudiger.
No, I would not have
Notre
watched
Dame?
it.
Rudy. Anyway, John Aston actually adopted. I just looked that up. I was watching. I think it was actually the night that you sent that to me. I was looking something up, or I may have been watching it. Pulled up an old episode of Addams Family. Yep,
Okay.
Patty Duke is his mother.
Oh, okay, I know who that is.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been in tons of shit. But
He's
but
the
yeah,
brother from 51st Dates.
Okay. Yeah, I
Right?
could see that.
I think so.
you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
John Aston, who played Gomez Adams,
Mhm.
still alive.
Good.
Like
I-
that was mind blowing. Like everybody else from the fucking movies and the fucking TV show, are pretty much all dead except for Christina Ricci.
But
Did
that's not original.
Yeah, but Raul Julia, who
From the
played
movie.
Gomez in the movie, he's dead. Is Angelica Houston still alive?
Yeah.
She died.
Yeah.
But she's alive.
I'm pretty sure she's alive.
Okay,
I'm like
so.
90% sure, yes.
but it was I saw that he's still alive. I'm like, holy shit.
Wait, Uncle Fester was Michael Keaton, not Michael Keaton.
The shit, yeah, the one that played Reverend Jim. Come on, what the fuck?
He was
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, I would know him from Back to the Future, but yeah. What?
Goddamn young people. I know him from Back to the Future. Well, I know him from Taxi.
I also know him from Taxi.
I know him from fucking Star Trek.
He was in Star Trek.
He was in
Oh,
one of
that's
the
right. He
movies.
was. I remember it now. Yeah.
So I always reference my very first exposure to stand-up comedy as the 1984 Young Comedian special from Dangerfields. It was an HBO special. And this is Bob Saget was on it. He wasn't on the 84, but one of the Young Comedian specials that Rodney did. Andrew Dice Clay, Jerry Seinfeld, all these comedians that ended up becoming huge. This was like their first big national spotlight show. And one of the comedians that was on that was a guy named Maurice LaMarche, who you don't know that name, but if I say the show Pinky and the Brain,
Yep,
you know Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
He was the voice of the Brain. I forget I keep forgetting the guy that played Pinky's that did Pinky's voice. But Maurice LaMarche, and he did impressions on the show. And one of the impressions he did was Christopher Lloyd in a Star Trek movie. And he did he just pulled it off so fucking well. So anytime anybody mentions that, my brain immediately goes back to that young comedian special. And all these comedians, they only have 5 minutes to shine, and they all fucking killed it.
Love that.
Killed it.
I don't know what I'd do if somebody only gave me 5 minutes to prove myself as a comedian, because it usually takes me a little bit to like almost like warm up.
Nope. That's the New York way. The New York way open mic is 5 minutes. That's it.
That's fine.
And that's a hard 5 minutes. Like, you don't run the light.
Yeah.
When your 5 minutes is up, you're off that fucking stage. If you ever want to fucking get back on it. But if you think about it, 5 minutes is an incredibly short amount of time. But it's also a lot of time.
Like, you could fit like at least like 3 good jokes in there.
But that's the thing. If you can win the crowd over in 5 minutes, then you're good to go. I mean, think about it. When what's the longest set you've ever done?
20.
20. All right. If you don't win them over in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, they're already out there. They're already like looking at something else. Yeah.
They're gone. So you need to be able to be strong.
You're right.
Right off the bat. And the best way to do it, the best way to workshop that is to just have 5 minutes. And you start out 5 minutes of shit, and then you work your way up to that 5 minutes of gold. And Bob Nelson was another one on that show. He never made it nationally huge. He had an HBO special or two. But his bits that he did back then were fucking gold. They were hilarious. And I'm not just saying that because he lives in my hometown and we share the same last name. We're not related. As a matter of fact, John Butera will occasionally do shows with him. I am banned from doing shows with him, even though he's one of my comedy heroes.
Oh, why?
Because I fucking curse too fucking much, and I will not clean my shit up. He's a born-again Christian, very religious. All the shows have to be clean. Which is fine. I mean, shit, if that's what he wants, that's what makes him happy. He still holds a place in my heart doing the juggling babushka bit and the football players with the fucking balloons in his sweater.
Did you hear about the football player for the Detroit Lions who couldn't stop talking about Pokemon in the post-game interview?
No, but I did hear about the player from the Buffalo Bills who died on the field, and then they brought him back.
Oh.
Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, he died for like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
No, there's Jamal Williams from the Detroit Lions. I guess they had just like won or something, and they tried to, I don't know if they won or not, but they were doing a locker room interview. And then he's like, I don't know, man, I just like come here to play football, and it doesn't really matter to me what other people think about me. And they're like, what are you gonna do now? He's like, honestly, I'm gonna go home and play Pokemon. And the interviewer was like, Pokemon? What's Pokemon? He said, no, what's Pokemon? And he's like, no, not Pokemon, Pokemon. I'm going to go play Pokemon. And he was like the card game? And he's like, no, like the video game. Can I go to
Post-game interviews are the worst, especially when they're interviewing somebody who doesn't want to be fucking interviewed, but you're obligated to do it. The one who did it the best was Marshawn Lynch.
Why'd he do it?
He sat at a press conference, and every question that he was asked, his answer was, I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Good.
Like the whole interview was, Marshawn, what do you think? I'm only here so I don't get fined, boss. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Why did he get fined?
Because you're obligated to do a press conference.
That's silly.
But the way he read the rules, you have to attend the press conference. You don't have to answer the fucking questions.
That's fair.
So there was another interview with him in the locker room, and that's the worst. I was never at played for a big press team, but we did have some involvement. There's nothing worse than trying to change after the game, and people in there asking questions and just being fucking nosy. I used to walk around with my dick hanging out just so they'd stay away from me.
That's a good idea.
Thank you. then that became offensive. Like, I can't even be fucking naked in my own locker room. That's some bullshit.
I don't like it when I just like immediately get off stage and people immediately want to talk to me and like, whatever. And I'm like, no, I need to get a drink of water. I need to get my sweaty fucking clothes off.
If you ever notice, when I get off stage, I'll shake some hands as I walk through it, but I walk straight out the fucking door.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the next comedian that's going up because I'm not going to be there for the beginning of their set, but I need my fucking decompression.
Yeah, for sure.
And, some people don't get that. And what's fucked up is other comedians don't get it. Like you can
being on
kiss my ass
stage
later.
is like, to say emotionally taxing is kind of dramatic. It's kind of like mentally exhausting in a way, especially if you're not normally a social person, or you are only social on stage, or you're only social in front of the camera.
Don't know anything about that.
What, only being social on stage?
Yeah, I'm a fucking hermit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm very money driven. I'm extremely driven by money.
No.
Yeah, I am. I'm extremely driven by money. So if somebody's like, I'll pay you to come to my party, I'll be like, okay, I'll be the most social person ever. And then if somebody is like just wasting my time, or like when I see people that I work with out in public, I try to ignore them. So
fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, kind of.
I think that's the angle I need to take from now on.
Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, fuck you, pay me. What's funny is back probably it was beginning of 2019. Some of my New York crowd paid for me to fly up to New York just to hang out with them at a bar. Like, okay,
yeah,
absolutely. And what's weird is, and it's funny that this comes up today. One of the people that was involved in bringing me up there, I haven't spoken to her since 2000, since 2020. It's like October 20. So I haven't spoken to this woman in over 2 years. And she messaged me today out of the blue. And it was just like weird, not weird, but just like, I was thinking about it, I'm like, shit, like I haven't spoken to her in 2 years. And like one of the last times we spoke was they flew me up, her and a couple of people flew me up to New York just to fucking hang out with them at a bar. Like not perform comedy, just to hang out in a fucking bar.
I wish people would pay me to hang out at a bar.
Yeah, I think was that the night that I took a video of Wolfinger taking a piss behind a dumpster?
Sounds bad.
No, that was the fucking Aragona's Christmas party.
I just remembered Peter Wolfinger.
Yeah, he lives down here now.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, not down here. He lives up by the Villages because he's fucking old. He does have a Dodge Demon though, and that thing's scared the shit out of me. That's the scariest fucking car I've ever been in. I've driven some fast fucking cars. That thing's scared.
I don't know what a Dodge Demon looks like.
It's a Challenger. It's a two-door, looks Mustang Camaro. They all look kind of similar, but this one is very special.
The Hellcat.
No, it's faster than the Hellcat. The Demon is the super, super high-end one. We were just actually, me and Peter were just talking about it. They just sold 3 of them at Barrett Jackson, and I think the cheapest one was like $175,000 for a Dodge. I mean, it's a special Dodge. The thing is stupid fast. It is the quickest production car ever made. It's quicker than Lamborghinis. It's quicker than Bugattis. Well, for the time it came out, it was the quickest production car ever. And it's fucking ridiculous. Just straight up ridiculous. What's that?
I want to drive a fast car.
This isn't just a fucking fast car. This is a stupid fast car. Like I thought I had driven a Dodge Viper years ago and got to drive it on a racetrack. So I got to really let it stretch its legs. And I thought that was fucking fast. Nope. Not even close. Not even the same fucking realm. Not even the same galaxy.
My aunt
night and day.
Got to ride in a Formula One car on the track once. Like, because she worked with people who were working with them. And she came out and she says, that was better than sex.
Let me tell you, speed, especially when it's controlled. Like I did a ride along in a Winston Cup car that had dual seats, and that was pretty cool. But they don't open it up all the way because if they fucking wreck and they kill, But I've seen the Formula One 2-seater. Indy has a 2-seater. Actually, I know somebody that went here in St. Pete. Mario Andretti took them around in the 2-seater. But none of those cars, like I've never been in a fucking Formula One car. I can't fit. I think I weigh more than the fucking car does. I know for a fact I can lift the front of it up. But or an Indy car. And I'm sure those are ridiculously, but this car was fucking stupid fast. Like my butthole puckered.
I love that for you.
Puckered. I didn't know if I should like orgasm or die. It was fucking like, it was not. And of course we're doing this on fucking public roads. Like, so that made it even more fucking sketchy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
super sketchy. Not even like a fucking interstate. We were doing this like on a fucking back road with side streets coming off of it. I was waiting for someone to just pop out. You
said that you didn't know whether to, what did you say, come or die or whatever?
Yeah, come or die.
But you know how I want to die? I want to die on the suicide roller coaster.
I heard about that.
Yeah. They put you in a pod. They put you at ridiculous speeds and you die.
Well, it's actually the centrifugal force that kills you.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, it's that. Because I don't remember. I want to die on a roller coaster.
That's okay.
Yo, freaking, I found out why Falcon's Fury is closed down for the longest time.
They closed it after what happened in Orlando.
Yeah,
Orlando.
They did.
Yeah.
So they that was so sad. I didn't even know anything about that. And every time I ride that ride, I'm like, well, if I die, I die.
Before I even saw the news article, someone had sent me a video of it.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
That's fucked up.
I have fucked up friends.
I have fucked up friends too. Actually, no. Just you. You are my fucked up friend now. I don't have that many.
And the only thing I'd send you is pictures of my poop.
Thank you. Send me more. I use them.
Weirdo.
I have a policy that if I get unsolicited dick pics, they get unsolicited shit pics.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
But she can't take enough pictures of her own, and everybody's got to send them to her.
Just resend it.
I do. I mean, I have a folder in my phone.
God, she's fucking ready to go.
I have at least like 12 to 15 pictures ready to go. Usually by the time that they get to at least like the third or fourth picture, they leave me alone. So
3 or 4 pics and no response from you is crazy. Like
no. I mean, like
they're sending them to you, right? 1, no response, and they're like, I'm gonna send another.
Well, like I'll respond.
Has that ever worked? Has a dude ever sent the dick pic and the chick was like, "Fuck yes, I want that."
Okay, but like
it had to have worked once. So
like 99% of the time, dicks are ugly anyway. And respectfully, most guys don't know how to like take the good angles either. It's always like it's either like down like this where I can like see your gut basically, which is not, it's fine. Everybody has a little bit of something. But or the other picture is that they like do it from like the bottom up, and I've just got this like an angle like this.
I really strive to be a different person. So I send people unsolicited pictures of my asshole. I just
do it. I'd rather see a picture of your booty hole before hooking up with you. Not you specifically, but like anybody. I'd rather see a picture of your booty hole before hooking up than your dick, because at least now I know you clean or not.
That's fucking smart.
Yeah. So I'd be like, if you send me some dingle, I don't want to put that. I don't want to put your penis that's next to a dingleberry in my mouth.
That is fucking valid advice. Yeah. I mean, it's fucked up, but it's pretty valid. And no people, if you want a picture of my asshole, you got to pay.
Also, unsolicited dick pics got unsolicited shit pics. It's copyrighted. I'm making it into my merch. I'm not even joking. So don't like
T-shirt it.
You can say I'm going to. I actually have a design in mind already for it. Oh, you were in the group chat. The group chat where I was giving my ideas for that.
I gotta be honest.
I know you like turned off the group chat.
I'm still in it. I'll look at it every now and again, but like sometimes things just get a little too weird or a little too out there for me.
My friend is a little bit of a weirdo, so it's fine. But he's a good person.
It was one of those things where like I kind of want to leave. I don't want to leave. It's kind of like a train wreck. I still want to watch.
You could just leave. I don't even think my friend will notice.
I don't want Nikole to be like, what the fuck is it? I fucking.
But you told me now. You just literally said it on like public layer.
It's not anything against you. It's just sometimes it becomes too tedious. Like I get fucking messages, non-work. I'll get work, personal, like fucking just 24 hours a day. I know. It's hard to keep up with things sometimes.
You don't need me sending you memes.
No, you can send me the memes. Send me all the memes. I like the memes.
All right.
That's the only reason why I'm still sticking around in there is because of the memes.
All right, that's fair. I won't be offended if you like turn the notifications off or whatever.
I did.
Okay.
I don't.
It's fine.
I turn notifications off on just about everything.
I do too. I have, with the exception of my gas bars girls, because I want to be able to hear if they have an issue with something. But I'm part of like submissions group chat. I'm like, I turn that shit off because they blow it up randomly. And there's like 25 people in that group chat, and it'll be like 3:00 in the morning. All of a sudden, somebody will like send a picture of some weird shit, and everybody will respond to it.
And then it's fuck that. I get. Yeah, I'm good. I have notifications on for very specific people and very specific things. Anything else, I will check when I fucking feel like it.
Chris gets mad at me because I almost always have my phone on vibrate, because I also hate notifications. And I'm like, if it's important, then it'll be like buzzing back to back, and then I'll hear it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
The way I see it is my notifications are off on almost every app.
Yeah. Same.
People that need to get a hold of me have my phone number. And if it's very important, call me. If it's not really that important, text me.
I feel the exact same way. Same way.
So there's a fun fact. If you text me and I don't get back to you right away, it's most likely because I haven't checked it. Because like literally between work and shit, it would just be nonstop barrage of fucking ringing.
If
24 hours a day.
If I had my Instagram notifications on, I would never get sleep.
Yes, yeah, no, nobody loves me on this. I mean, I'll post shit on Instagram.
No, people blow my shit up with.
That's because that's because all those fucking guys want to be like, oh, I'll be your sugar daddy, baby.
I actually haven't gotten a sugar daddy request in a while. The new thing is now, I'm a dom. and I'm looking for a submissive. At which point I'm like, then you got the wrong fucking girl.
If you have to fucking,
If you have to say
if
it.
that's your opener, you're not it.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
if
know.
anybody's out there looking for a splendid daddy, I'm sweet, but I'm low on cash. Who fuck? I think that was what the fuck is this? John Silman. I think it was a John Silman joke.
That's what a bunch of sugar babies say.
What?
Like I was on a bunch of like sugar baby forums when I was trying really hard to not be strong, independent woman. But no, that's a splendid daddy is in the sugar baby community is like exactly what you said, is like a sugar daddy who isn't quite there yet, but still wants to like,
sweet but low on cash.
Yeah, exactly. Sweet but low on cash.
See, but all them sugar babies want a sugar daddy until it's time to give daddy some sugar.
Yeah.
See, 2 instant yeses. I know.
Listen,
I'm not judging.
Just find a rich man to marry. Okay, it's not that hard.
I'm not good looking enough to do that.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20, but it's, there's different levels to that shit. $20 is probably the best I could fucking do,
And a bag of chips.
Oh,
what kind of chips? Though? If they're regular potato chips, then fuck no.
Cool Ranch Dorito, baby.
I could get down with that. I've told you, I've done some weird shit for a Klondike bar. I've done some weird shit at a Klondike bar. That's where Eskimo lesbians hang out.
I need to go to this club.
What the fuck? I was watching every now and again, if I'm bored, I watch like Family Guy best of clips.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the hell? Like, it was Peter talking about like, like lesbian stereotypes and making fun of stereotypes. And it was like something like, you hear off camera, oh, Peter, I need you to help me with this, with this carpet.
Oh yeah.
The rug. And then, can you help me out with this hole in this dike? And he's patching a hole in a fucking dam. Silly things.
Puns are my favorite.
I like puns. There's actually is it TikTok? There's a TikTok channel I think you would enjoy. I got a file. I'll send it to you. And this chick, she's a musician, singer, plays piano, really good looking girl, but very nice voice. But she sings dirty puns.
I like that.
And they're fucking hilarious.
I will
find it and send it to you.
I like the girls that sing mean comments.
That one's good.
Yeah. Like they like read off their mean comments and they just like put them into a song or whatever.
See, I found TikTok's really only useful for watching half naked chubby chicks dance. I'm all for it. That's what I'm there for.
So every time that Chris opens up Twitter, it's like all like lingerie and bikini girls and like, sexy cosplay girls. And he's like, I don't know why all this stuff like shows up on my feed. And I'm just
it's called an algorithm, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, it's based on
this,
based on the stuff that you already follow, the stuff that you like, the stuff that, that whatever. And then he's like, no, but like I follow like engineering stuff. And I'm like, yes, but you also follow cute anime girls. So
open up Instagram first thing.
Like a nice
painting.
Chick. Oh, it's a chick. Sorry.
It's a chick.
It actually looks like a painting.
Yeah, she's a film producer, but let's see what the first thing that pops up when I open TikTok.
Let's see the first thing.
Guarantees. Yeah.
Oh,
fucking advertisement. Let's skip that.
I just undownloaded.
Chubby chick dancing.
Is that a man?
No, I think it was a chick.
That's a bad wig, man.
Well, whatever. We're not judging.
It was literally the first thing I noticed was her wig. Sorry.
There you go. The algorithm tells on me. That's fine.
I just uninstalled Instagram today because I hate it. And I got so frustrated because people are stupid on the internet.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying. That's not just an Instagram thing. That's an every fucking social media thing.
I know, but that's the reason that I don't have other social media is because Instagram is the only one I like.
So my wife gets like, yeah, aren't you afraid that, you post is going to get out? I'm like, nope. That's why I fucking post anything and everything. I just do not give a fuck.
I've already, I was having a conversation with K2 one day and they were talking about how they have like a different, or they don't anymore, but they had like 2 different like Instagram accounts, one for like their normal professional life and one for their like performer life or whatever. And I was like, listen, everybody knows that I'm never going to be president. So I don't care about what's on the internet about me because I have said it 100 times. I am an open book. I'm very honest.
Either that. or your openness and honesty will cause you to become president one day.
I would love that. I would love
Me
to
too.
have a decent female president, like a good
Nikole Raven for president.
Yeah.
You got my vote.
2024. Right?
Which party should it be?
Wait, isn't there
booty
like an
shaking party?
age minimum?
35.
27.
No, for presidents 35.
Oh, I'm at that age now.
Yeah,
I could
20, 27, I believe, is Congress.
Oh, well,
Something
they
like that.
probably won't want to hire me for president since I've like never even been a lawyer or anything.
You don't need to be a lawyer to be president. I mean, come on.
I'm probably like the opposite. I'm so anti-establishment to be like my platform would be like Green Party and anarchy.
No, just go anarchy. Fuck everything. Just anarchy, straight up anarchy.
It's basically like that now, except the people who are voting anarchy are in office. They're like, well, never mind.
Well, no. The people that are in office don't want anarchy. They want to stay in office. Anarchy would mean they're out of office.
Have recently come to hate Mr. DeSantis.
I've come to hate pretty much everybody who's holding a high elected office.
Yeah.
I love my country. I hate my government.
Same. I don't really necessarily love the country, but like, I mean, I don't hate it either as a country. Like the trees are very nice. The rivers are good. The animals
and believe
are
it or
good.
not, a majority of the people are. Majority of the people are.
Just
It's
not
the
on the
few.
internet.
What's that?
Just not the ones on the internet.
Well, the internet is clear proof that some people have not been punched in the face for running a cock holster.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, I wish I could punch people in the face.
You know, you think about it when you're younger than me, but not incredibly so. I mean, you do you remember the days before the internet?
Yes.
Do you remember the days before the internet?
Yeah.
Those were fucking great times. We could do all this fucked up shit. Nobody had a camera phone.
I grew up in a weird time because
you were like right on the crotch of it.
Right, exactly. So my first computer, not mine personally, but like the first computer in our house was in 1993. I was already like, how old was I in 93? I was 6 years old by then. And so I kind of like knew what stuff was. And then I remember my first like internet experience. I was like literally sitting on my mom's lap in a chat room, like the black background with like the green letters and like whatever. Yeah. And then, I actually didn't go on the internet for a really long time until I was like, I don't know, 10. So a couple years later. And by then the internet was already at like AOL chat rooms and like AOL Hometown and email and MySpace. Well, MySpace came later, but my jam was AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. Because I would just
everybody had that.
Yeah, I would get home and I would get on to Instant Messenger and I would keep talking to my friends, like whatever. But that was also the days of like rotten.com and a bunch of other weird shit like that.
That was the early days of the shock websites.
The shock websites that I was like, shouldn't have been seeing people, fall off buildings and go splat on the concrete at like age 10, but here we are.
Yep.
And then I tried kind of just out of morbid curiosity, I started looking to see if there was websites still like that around, and there's not.
No, they've shut most of them down.
And I'm like, so like, that's
now
that's
the kids
near.
just share it via social media.
Yeah, until it gets shut down by Instagram and Facebook and everything else.
True.
And even if you do share it on those places, like something. So I'm part of a fire performers page, like they share videos of other fire performers and give tips and stuff. Yeah, exactly. It is hot. Thanks.
Fire's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are hot, but fucking fire's hot.
And depending on which fuel, it might be even hotter.
True.
So somebody posted a warning video today of this guy blowing fire, but his beard caught on fire. And they put in the captions, let this serve as a warning to one, always have a safety, be aware of your surroundings, use the right fuel, etc. And so many people in the comments were like, this video deserves a trigger warning. And me being the asshole that I am, I responded to some of those saying, if this video needs a trigger warning to you, you probably shouldn't be a fire performer.
Yeah.
A lot of people got real bent out of shape about that. They're like, just because I'm a fire performer doesn't mean I want to see somebody's face gone on fire. And then I said, respectfully, what would you do in this situation if this happened in front of you at a burn? They didn't answer.
Would you yell at the fucking performer that's burn that they should have fucking warned you?
That's what I said. I was like, real life. I'm like, if you're a fire performer, you're probably dealing with fire in real life. And unfortunately, real life doesn't have a trigger warning.
No, it does not.
I have been in a situation where somebody caught on fire at a fire performance and everybody did exactly what that person in the video did. They stood around and watched.
Yeah.
I was the only person, and I'm not blowing my own horn like this. I was the only person who even reacted. And
Yeah.
you
get a bat and you beat them till the fire goes out.
Hey, no, the only thing that I could do is I freaking, like the soda guns, like in the bars. Yeah. I grabbed the soda gun and just like sprayed it at him because that is the only thing I need to do in that moment. And nobody else was doing anything.
Which isn't always the best depending on the fuel you're using. But
in retrospect, you're absolutely right. I'm thankful that it was. And I thought about that today as I was writing the comment.
One thing you find fire performers should look into having are fire blankets.
We do. We do.
Right.
I
don't
know
what the protocol is with fire performances, but
it depends because since it's not like a regulated industry, there's a vast like people who are just, lighting shit on fire for fun and not doing, and they don't care about safety. And then there's people all the way to the other end that are like K2 that every single time that they've done a fire show and I'm there, they will ask me to do the fire safety because they know that I'm good at it. And they'll set me aside with a fire blanket, a wet towel with even a little bit of water. They'll literally like set out things and they'll show me where they are. And when they're doing their show, I am holding one of those items, usually the fire blanket, or depending on the tool, the wet towel, or depending on what tool they're using and what fuel they're using. And I watch them. So yeah, we do have. There's a lot of people who carry it. I even know somebody who has like it's a fire extinguisher, but it looks like this. So
who at the burlesque show, which performer was it that dipped the fucking tassels in the alcohol and lit their titties on fire?
Ruby Vesper.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. She has these pasties that have like, I'm sure you've seen pasties with like tassels on them, but she lit them on fire. And then she was like,
I love that.
Yeah. It's very impressive.
It was awesome.
It's very impressive.
I'm a fan. So we got 11 minutes left. We've resurrected 20 questions. So since it's been a hot minute since you were in the hot seat,
okay,
and have done 20 questions, we're gonna do 20 questions.
20 questions it up, man.
So here we go. Nikole Raven, you know the deal. It's 20 questions. Some are deep and philosophical. Most are light and topical. Hope you studied for this. Question number 1.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
I think it's changed since last time.
Okay, what do you got?
I got purple.
Correct.
Thank you.
Number 2. Purple's the color of royalty, by the way.
That's a pretty good color.
Number 2, if you could choose, what would be your last meal? Ooh.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yes.
I was thinking about this the other day. So I really love sushi, but also tacos.
Sushi taco.
Sushi tacos would be a good idea. Also, I love croquetas. Do you know what that is? So the little Hispanic fried little turd looking things.
All right. First of all, you Hispanics aren't the only ones to have croquetas or croquettes or croquets, however you want to pronounce it.
Sure.
They're all fucking delicious. I want to shove them all inside me, but
okay. So
are they potato? They're potato croquettes. You can different corn.
I like meat ones, yeah.
Meat.
But yeah, little fried turd looking things.
I love that.
So probably sushi and or it's my last meal. I got to choose sushi and tacos. And it's not technically a meal, but I would also request a lot of weed as my last meal.
Well, I mean, you can eat it, so yeah, it's like it's Satan's garden salad.
No, I like feeling the pain of being high. Like
okay,
like you take like a big hit off your bong or something, and then your like chest hurts for like 5 minutes. Like, yeah.
See, I'm classy. I don't smoke it anymore. I just eat it.
I usually vape it these days.
All right.
So because
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, I smoke flower at home, and then I usually vape when I'm out in the world.
All right, number 3. What's your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
Guilty pleasure movie. Bring It On or Accepted. Accepted.
I've never seen Accepted, but Bring It On is a fucking banger.
Or The New Guy. Those 3 movies
That
like live in my head rent free.
Okay. Number 4. What is your favorite guilty pleasure song? Guilty pleasure song. Come on.
I don't know.
Yeah, you rock out to fucking anything.
I will rock out to anything.
All right.
I freaking freestyle to belly dance beats. So like whatever.
All right. I can dig it. Number 5. What was your first job?
I was a hostess at a Chinese restaurant where the POS system on the computer wasn't Chinese. And every time a customer gave me an order, I would have to give it to a Chinese server to enter it into the Chinese computer.
Nice. Nice. That's fucked up. I love it. All right. Number 6. I know where this is going to go. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Fuck yeah, it does.
That's what I love to hear. Just on shitty pizza, not on good pizza. Number 7, what would you describe as your favorite vacation spot? Your favorite type of vacation? The mountains, the beach? What do you got?
So I've been to Colorado a handful of times.
So Rocky Mountain High.
And I've been to Hawaii once.
Okay.
Colorado, fuck it.
There you go.
Boulder, Colorado, that area.
Head for the mountains.
Yeah.
I try to do that all the time, if you know
But
what I mean.
vacation because,
Yeah,
I like beach too.
I got you. Where do you want to be in 5 years?
What's 5 years? I'll be 40.
I'll be fucking 50.
I want to be doing what I do now. I think this was my answer before. I want to be doing what I do now, but like better and bigger. And I also want to be in a bigger.
Well, I could tell you
A dog.
this, that from what I've seen of you over the 2 years since we last did football, you have improved and gotten better at what you
Thank
do.
you. I've also lost a lot of things like gas bars, like during COVID, like obviously we weren't doing anything during gas bars. And when we came back, they like cut our budget severely. And it has kind of like kicked my morale in the ass because I now no longer have like a weekly, I used to make costumes weekly. And
Okay.
now I no longer have that budget. So now I don't have a drive to make new costumes all the time.
Gotcha.
So like a lot of the things that I make are kind of like one-off or custom, and then I just post them online. So instead of somebody making a custom request, they're just now like buying my art. And that's kind of frustrating because I don't have like an active like
Outlet.
yeah, I don't have an active outlet. But like as far as where I want to be in 5 years, I still want to be like producing shows, still performing. I want to like get a little bit better on my comedy. I want to get like, I don't necessarily want to be a famous comedian, but I do want to get paid gigs, which by the way, I have a paid comedy gig in a month. I'll talk to you about later.
Yes. Well, we're going to go through
Okay.
plugs in a minute. We're going to
Yeah,
have to fire
basic-
through this because we got 6 minutes left.
Sorry. Just basically
Sorry.
doing what I do now, but better
Okay.
in a bigger house with a dog.
I can dig it.
Okay.
Who has been your biggest inspiration
In what?
in life?
Me.
You inspire yourself.
Hell yeah. I inspire myself.
All right. I can see it.
I'm my own sugar daddy. I'm my own role model. Ain't nobody taking care of me but me.
There you go. Tell Chris to step the fuck up.
Oh no, he's willing to, but like I'm very
Mama.
no, actually
I
not.
know.
I'm not. I'm very much like he's very much like, please take my money. Let me give you financial freedom. And I'm like,
No.
a little bit. Just help
Aw.
me. Just a
Aw.
little bit.
You guys are cute together, though.
I'm really thankful for him in my life.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10. What advice would you give 18-year-old Nikole Olio?
Fuck. Don't get married. I wouldn't even say like don't date that person. I wouldn't even say like don't do this. I would just say
don't get married.
Just don't get married. Just don't sign the papers.
Perfect.
Just don't sign the
Perfect.
papers.
Number 11. Well, this is going to be 50-50. Dogs or cats?
I still really like dogs better.
Yeah.
Sorry to Shark and Cause,
That's
but
all right, though. We,
Yeah.
we miss Minnie.
yeah, I think I cried about her like on Sunday.
Aw. Number 12. What is the most nostalgic thing that brings you back to your childhood when you experience it now?
Nostalgic thing?
Yeah. What do you like? You'll encounter something now. And it's like,
Um,
those were the days.
I don't know. That's a weird thing to think about. I don't know. I don't have like a lot of like positive childhood memories. I know that sounds kind of fucked up, but
All right.
I just don't. Just, I guess, you know what? Actually, just being in South Florida, just like in general, just being in South Florida around like things that I grew up is nice.
So when you're in the bathroom at one of the bars in Ybor, it makes you feel like you're back in South Florida with all that cocaine.
You're not totally wrong.
I know.
When I'm in the Octopus and I'm taking a shit in that broken bathroom because people get in bar fights, I'm just like, this is comforting because I know where I am.
All right. Number 13. What is the worst thing you ever got caught doing?
I got a DUI once, so I think that's it.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. Naughty girl.
Yeah.
Number 14. I love my automobiles. What would you categorize as your dream car? I know you really don't give a shit about cars. It's just transportation.
My dream car. I know Chris is gonna like have my ass for saying this because he's like very pro electric cars. I still love VW Bugs.
I can dig it.
And if you could like make a VW Bug electric,
You
perfect.
can.
Yeah, you can convert a
Not
lot
cheap,
of
but you can.
Yeah.
Number 15. Was the moon landing faked? And what proof do you have?
Well, no, I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either.
Like, okay, I don't think it was.
Number 16. What is your most unpopular opinion?
I don't want to say that. I'm gonna get canceled.
Okay. For you, I will let it slide. Anybody else, I'd press them.
Well, because if I say it, you can't take it at face value. It requires like a whole explanation that
Yeah, we
don't
only
have time
fucking
for.
3
Yeah,
minutes.
so
All right, so her most unpopular opinion is that she doesn't want to give her unpopular opinion.
yeah, there you go.
Number 17. What is the one food you absolutely fucking despise?
Overripe bananas.
Really? They taste the best.
They make me want to gag.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then try chewing it, not swallowing it whole. Just saying.
It's overripe. It's already like it's been chewed. That's why it grosses me out.
All right, fair enough. Make banana bread. Number 18. What is your typical bar order? What's your go-to?
Lately I've been into flavored vodkas with ginger beer. So like peach flavored vodka with ginger beer is a really good one.
Okay. iPhone or Android?
Android, baby.
I love you. Last question. What is the most crazy, weird, bizarre, extraordinary fact about Nikole Raven?
I'm pretty sure I'm the one who started comedy in a strip club.
We'll take it. We'll give it that. All right, we got 2 minutes left. So plugs, what do you got?
So it's about a month away, but March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will be in South Florida for a fetish party that I am performing at for Submission South Beach on Saturday night.
Whoop, whoop.
And on Sunday, March 5th, I will be performing at Red Light Palm Beach in their comedy show.
There we
That's
go.
the speakeasy one.
Yeah, we go, people.
So I will be in South Florida. If anybody wants to book me for anything, I've already booked a fetish party. I've booked a photo shoot and I've booked my comedy show. If anybody wants to catch me while I'm there, please hit me up. You can follow me on Instagram at Nikole_Raven, like the bird, and my website, and all my links are there. Everything's always updated and upcoming performances. You can also, February 10th, I will be performing burlesque with Miss K2 Lemieux at the Sawmill in Dade City for Women's Weekend.
Nice.
Which is, it's usually a gay campground, but it's a ladies takeover on that weekend.
Nice.
So I'm going to be performing for a bunch of lesbians.
Awesome sauceum.
Yeah.
So, Gretchen, you got anything you want to add?
Nope. I think it all sounds great.
She's awesome. You're awesome. I'm awesome. We're all awesome. And you guys are all awesome for listening out there in listener land. Thank you so much. We do this every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States of America. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children. Yada, yada, yada. We'll see you next week. Take care. Brush your hair.